Okay, now we're live again. Let's see how it does. So I'll go ahead and open YouTube on my... Woohoo! What a hassle, but no big deal. Take it or two for people to come back in, so give it a minute. No internet. Oh, I know why. Duh. Too much things to remember. All right. I can't read the chat from where I'm at, so I can see that people are coming back in. Let's see how we do. Give me just a sec, you guys. I'm pulling it up on YouTube, so hopefully, tell me what you think. Hey, CB, gosh, I was thinking about you yesterday. Sorry, you look better. Okay, good. That's what I wanted. That was the goal. So, I haven't seen you around, CB. Hope everything's going well. It does look a bit better, much brighter for sure. Well, I had forgotten to close the blind too. So, hi again, everybody. Hi, Devin. All right. All right, we're going with this. If I have to make adjustments, I will. Straighten the camera a little bit. Okay. Anyway, I was saying, well, that didn't help, did it? All good with me. Hubby has had a few problems. Hi, Juanita. I don't know. Inktober is over, and I have to say I'm a little bit happy about it. I always like Inktober because it makes me a bit more disciplined, and so I have to draw, and I enjoy it. But yeah, I'm going to flip through this. This will be the last time the screen is bright. Let me see if I can turn down the brightness a little bit. Is that better? Yeah, that's a little bit better, don't you think? Did I go too much? It looks accurate color to me. Okay. Anyway, so let's flip through this. We're over Inktober. The book's done, and I'm done with the whole thing. So I'll hold this up. Okay. Dee Dee's saying it looks good. So we're flipping through it one last time. This is the last time you'll see it until maybe never. Just looking. Just watching chat, see if you guys are reporting any issues. I gotta. That's what that shows. So yeah, I'm glad they're all done. I'm glad I have the little book. Now move on to bigger and better things, right? You did saw a putty tat. So it's a fun little book now. I'm glad I have it. And I've thought about going back and doing some of them in color. I think it would, I'd enjoy seeing some of them in color. I would use these drawings. I would just make a copy and colorize it. I wouldn't redraw it unless there was a, you know, I just didn't like the drawing itself. They are all, yeah, if you go to my, which is just my name, I think it's Janet Merle, and go to my actual page, they're all there together. So, and this starts the new ones, 2020. Like I'd like to do Pooh and Eeyore in color. There's a few of them that I know would just look better in color. The Smurf definitely would be better in color. Yeah, I used to read Archie too. Cat in the Hat would look good in color. So, yeah, I might. Calvin and Hobbes. Oh, I love him so much. Mickey and Minnie. I had to draw The Simpsons, even though it's not really vintage. It's 1989. I still, there's something about Bart and Homer that I just like. Some of them I had completely forgotten about. It's good discipline, though, to do the Inktober and make yourself draw something every day. I think I'm going to go back to a Zentangle a day. Devin, do you want to do that with me? Pick a Zentangle a day. Quick straw. I don't like this one. This guy's eyes got a little goofy, but I thought I'm not redrawing the whole cartoon for goofy eyes. He's just guys. Love the Tasmanian Devil. And then Captain Caveman. I don't know if you guys remember Captain Caveman. So there, it's all done. Yeah. You want a Zentangle? All right. I'll come up with some sort of prompt list. Thank you, Barb. Thanks, you guys. You never knew sex. Are you kidding? What rock did you live under, CB? Snagglepuss, I think, was actually one of the others. Many of them were spin-offs of others, like the Marvin the Martian. I think the first time he appeared, yeah, this one, I think the first time he appeared was actually in this commercial. So, and then, of course, the creators, if it was Warner Brothers or Toons or some of those, they use those characters in many different formats, not just the printed cartoon or a comic book. They also turn animation and stuff like that. So when I was looking for from Bugs Bunny, okay, maybe I'm wrong, Devin, maybe it was Bugs Bunny, but from our spin-offs that ended up either with their own animated cartoon or whatever. Because look at Mickey Mouse. I mean, you can go to Disney and see him life-size. So this is what we're going to fit. This has literally been sitting here for 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks, however long. Oh, parents didn't allow comic books. Well, that could be why then. We had tons of comic books. My grandmother was a great one for buying you comic books to keep you busy in the car on long drives. This is the book I'm working out of. I've showed it a million times. I love her. It's Carlin Holman, Making Your Mark. She has multiple books. I like her style. So this is the one I'm doing. I kind of used it for the sketch, let's say that. But otherwise, I haven't necessarily followed her color suggestions or anything else. Basically, the one I'm doing. So we're going to go ahead and hopefully finish it today. But we've already had a little blip on the meter. Who knows how much I'll get done. Regardless, this is it. We either get it done today or I finish it on my own. And if it turns out and I like it, I will turn it into prints and send it out as giveaways or thank yous for supporting the channel. So here we go. I am using, and I think I used these the first time, but I honestly couldn't remember, and I wasn't going to go back and watch my own video. But I'm using, these are Daniel Smith up here, these are M. Grams down here, but I'm pretty sure I was using these paints. And I am painting on Arches paper. So, yeah. And all I did was re-wet the palette that I had first time, so I might have to get out some different paints, but we'll see as we go on. Let me get the book over here. So you have any questions or anything before I get going, because it's a little harder for me to watch chat after I get painting. One thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get them wet again and pick up some of the color on the edge. Yep, that didn't work so well. All right, we're going on from there. Who cares? And I left about every other flower not painted because I was working wet on wet and I didn't want it seeping, so go ahead and do the rest of these. So if you were at Dee Dee's last Thursday, we didn't have a guest. It was just Dee Dee and I. If any of you want to come on with us and just hang out and talk and whatever, that you want to be a guest on the show. I mean, I don't mind just hanging out with Dee Dee, but yeah, if you want, just come on the show with us. But it was fun. I did that painting that I showed just a minute ago, and Dee Dee did a coloring book. Came out amazing as always. They always do. And we just chatted, and one of the things we were chat out, oh, and I forgot to go up and get that book. I may have to take a break here in a minute and go get that. But she had recommended that I watch an old mini-series called Centennial, based on the James Michener book of game. And I finished it this weekend, and I enjoyed it like crazy. It was so good. I told her a little while ago, I think I'm gonna give myself a week or two or a month, and I'm going to go back and watch it again to see the things that I missed, because generally when I'm binging something like that, I'm usually doing something else, and so I'm afraid I missed a lot of it. But it was good. And other than that, other than drawing cartoons, watching Centennial, and freezing my butt off. Oh my gosh, it's gotten cold here. Gonna go, gotta have lunch, and the sound now. The sound is sketchy. What the hell is going on? Message, so it's probably either Dee Dee or Amy. Let me check. Sound is good there. All right, let's see. I've got messages coming in. Hi, Sherry Ann. Okay. Dee Dee's saying it's skipping in and out. CB's saying it's good. What the hell? Oh my God. It's from my son. He sent me a picture of my granddaughter being a judge. I ain't saying nothing. You're a smart girl. Okay, we're gonna go on. We're painting. Okay, so that's green. This is pink down here. So we'll just have an ASMR. Wrong one, first of all, but let me go ahead and darken that. That's green. Green. Yes, so I haven't been doing much. Freezing my butt off. This is one I got wet. I want a little bit. Well, I'll wait and see. I feel like one of those, maybe I was using a little bit of red in there. I don't know, but it's just like that's too pink, but it could be when it dries a little bit different. I'm wondering. That's the problem with waiting too long. When you're finishing, because now I don't remember the original colors that I was using. And I did re-wet them, and I think what I did was I used the pink out of the gold, but that's been 2 weeks, you guys. I can't remember yesterday. Hi, Kathy Arbor. All right, so that's all leaves down in there in background. Just checking to see if I've got all my pinks. I'm going to go ahead and add some little bit of pinks. I darkened it a little bit. Buds. And because I've been limiting my access to social media, I haven't been even attending much streams lately because I'm missing all the notifications. But that's by design. I'll probably start breaking that rule again after the election. I'm just overload election. So that's why I'm watching Centennial and every other thing in the world. Because they're trying to stay the hell away from all of it. around. All right, Devin, I'm going to come up with a list of Zentangles for November. It is have color variation. Yep, it is for sure. That's why I'm on this one. I'm adding a little bit more orange to the edges. And since it's been a couple weeks since drew the sketch and everything, thanks, Kathy. I like the background. I mean, right now I'm really, oh yeah, Amy, anybody can play Zentangle with us for sure. Yeah, we're not proprietary here. No, I want everybody to participate. Anything that'll get everybody drawn is a good thing in my world. But you forget when you drew your original sketch, what each of the lines is. If I painted this right after my sketch, I wouldn't have to look so close, because I would have remembered, okay, this petal, because then it helps you with your shadows too, you know. I'm staying away from those lines I just put in there. They were pretty dry anyways, that big a deal, but and I'm sorry if I'm sniffing. I'm having allergy. Usual. That's not unusual at all for me. It's been real windy here, and I think it's just dust. Hey, Julie. Hi, Judy. No, I haven't had set a hashtag. Let Devin make it up. We can just do maybe Zentangle. Yeah, Devin, just go ahead and make a hashtag up and then just tweet it at me or something so I know what it is. And I'll just put a list. Where do I want to do it? On Instagram. Instagram is probably the safest because most of us here have an Instagram account. But I like Zentangles because they're like zero pressure. You can just sit down and draw them. You can follow Devin on Instagram. She's put some great ones out here lately. Hey, Scooby-Doo. CB could Zentangle with us too because she's a great Zentangler. So, all right, and I didn't put that bloom in because I was getting too far down. Okay. I try not, I'm watercoloring. I'm trying not to use heat gun. I mean, you can. I try not to. Just let it dry naturally. I think it's better, especially for like wet on wet, for the inks to go ahead and the paints to go ahead and just interact. And end up wherever they're going to end up. I'll let that one dry and come back in and add some darker. All right. While those are drying, I think I'm going to turn it upside down. What was Amy, I had never told you about Devin's videos. I'm sorry, my bad. Hi, Nashwa. Yeah, you watch Devin's videos. Very talented girl right there. All right, working with the green now, and we'll go back in and work on the flowers a little bit later. Stock first, and I'm just going to do a base green on it, and hopefully by the time I want to get back to it, it will have dried somewhat. The reason I'm painting upside down is because it's wet down there, and I will inevitably, because I know me, and write in it. So hopefully when I go back in, that little bit of golden will look like I want it to. You know what I mean? Can you guys see okay? I know I get quiet, sorry. Okay, I'm liking that. Yeah, Devin doesn't stream. She makes videos. And it's under her channel, Devin Rex for Art. If somebody wants to put me or Dee Dee, any mod that's here, if you want to put in a link for Devin's channel. But it is just search for Devin Rex. Does some amazing jelly plate. Again, I want to get mine out again, and I've been getting an itch to do magicals again. So maybe here in the next couple weeks, I'll get the jelly plate and maybe the magicals out, and we'll play with those. Maybe Eileen pick me again. I'm not holding my breath, but maybe. Magicals, woohoo! On the day I do that, Amy, you should come down. Stream with me. Thank you, Dee Dee. If you didn't know that Devin makes videos, I wonder how many other the Fibs didn't know. Devin's a really good artist. Ooh, I'm liking it. Before this dries completely, I'm going to do the edges. Crisping them up right now. Twist my arm. Okay, I'll twist your arm. The price of admission will be one iced coffee. She brings me iced coffee virtually every day, either her or her husband. All right, we're going to let that one dry. Hopefully these dry enough that I can work up here. Slowly, slowly coming together. And the reason I move around the painting, you guys, is no reason of what's wet. I'm staying away from what's already wet. And Amy understands about letting stuff dry, huh, Amy? We're both impatient as hell. Not good for a watercolor person. Is that a camera? I put on a coat yesterday, or maybe it was this morning actually. And it was a coat I obviously hadn't worn, well, probably since last winter, actually. And it was just full of cat hair. And I'm getting a little bit used to not having cat hair on every dang thing I pick up. So I think this next weekend, I think what I'll do is pull all my coats out and wash them. Get the cat hair, because it was covered. It was just like I could make an entire cap from the cat hair off this one jacket. Fleece kind of jacket. Yeah, I could have done that. And it's funny. It doesn't bother me if anybody mentions rocks, but it's weird how the sadness kind of hits you at times when you least expect it. You know, like this morning, just having the cat hair on that coat, it was just like, oh. But I'm okay. I'm not sad. It just, you know, you guys know because you've all been there. It's just at certain times, oh, I'm not eating cat hair with every mouth of food I take. Now this is, right now the paper is the exact perfect wetness. And if you watercolor, you understand that. There's a point at which you know it's just the perfect wetness right now. And I think, well, Archesley makes it work just beautifully. Just hand her a lint roller first. Is still finding cat hair? I'm sure that'll be the case, Devin, but it was just one of those things. I was just freezing, and I thought, well, I'm just going to go grab my jacket. And it was just, yeah, I didn't truly expect. All right, I'm going to do this green leaf down here. That's actually a flower, so I'll have to come back in and do it later. But I think that's dry enough that it won't absorb the green. If it does, oops, my bad. If I wanted a little kitten, Amy's got a little one down at her house that needs a home. So, Elaine, do you want a kitten? It's not even a kitten. It's a cat. But it looks like a kitten. It's so little. Trying to find it a little home. Help me remember, especially if May comes in, to run upstairs and get those genealogy books. I was talking about genealogy at Dee Dee's stream on Thursday. And I told May I'd go get some of the books, and I forgot. I've got it written down, I just didn't go do it. That's great, Devin. Zentangle with Janet is okay. That's great. And then we'll all know. If you can, use that hashtag when you post your work. And then if you want to go back in and see what others have done, contributed, just search using that hashtag. I'm sure most of you know that, but yeah, that's C. And that works on any platform. So I'm going to post mine on Instagram. I haven't been posting any of my art on Facebook or Twitter anymore. You know what? I need a dark green. And I can start doing a little bit of that so you guys can start getting some... What did I do with the cheat sheet? There. You an IG noob. You know what? For artwork, Judy, Instant is the best place because it's just photos. You don't have to wade through a bunch of crap. Well, depending on who you follow and what you follow. You go to Instagram, it's just nice because it's just picture after picture after picture after art. And a website or an account, I guess, that I wanted to tell you guys about if you like drawing, color or black and white, light, ink, any of it. I follow an account on there called Sketch Daily. And you are going to see some of the most amazing art on Sketch Daily. I'm not kidding. I'm flabbergasted at the talent that is out there that is posting on Sketch Daily. Probably my favorite account. I'm not kidding you. Dee Dee said she got me, and I did make a copy. Mine isn't exactly like yours, but you want me to show it? Because Dee Dee's going to go ahead and out, so she won't have it on Wednesday. You want me to show it, Dee Dee? Okay, let me get the prototype out of here. Rabbit trail, but it's a good place for me to take a break, so go ahead and show my zine. Okay. Never mind. What? Get the prototype from the vault. Okay, so on the one that I sent, it looks just like this, only it has little handles on the trick or treat bag. And then the little zine. Maybe I should put a black piece of paper or something down. Here you go. It's got little ghosties. Like that. Trick or treat. Happy Halloween. Smell my feet. And then on the back of the bag, give me something good to eat. Because isn't that what old boy would say? So, and this design actually I think I had used for an ATC before because I bought this stamp. And how often do you use the smell my feet? Stamp. So that's the zine. And I enjoyed figuring out how to do the cuts and kind of making the design all continue from sheet to sheet. So that's it. I like the ghosties. We used to say that. Your hubby never heard of that? What planet did he live up on? So that, and Dee Dee got it today, so yep, that's it. And then it went in a little trick-or-treat bag, but I didn't put handles on mine. I think it was under something, and I'd put everything away before I finished it. And I thought, I'm not getting all that crap back out. So my zine for Dee Dee, so hopefully it'll get into the swap, so it'll be going to somebody's home. And thanks for hosting that, Dee Dee. Go ahead and paint some of these dark leaves, so I'm not sure that's a dark enough green. I'm going to say it again. I need to order a really nice dark green. I don't have one that I really, really love. And since it's my birthday month, I could be ordering that for my own bad self, right? I might add a little bit of blue to that to darken it. Maybe Payne's Gray. What do you think? There's neutral, there's Payne's Gray. I think I will add a little bit of Payne's Gray to that. And somebody asked at Dee Dee's if she was going to be doing a fall or Halloween or Christmas zine swap. So talk about whether or not there'd be much interest. If she doesn't want to do it, I'd be willing to host a Christmas zine swap. I like this where you just had to make one, but you guys be talking and decide. Thank you, Lisa. Hi, Kathy Berg. Yeah, kind of talk and give us feedback whether or not you think that's something you'd be interested in doing. All right, this one is also real dark. I'm going to get some of these so you can start seeing it. That was fun to do the zine. But if I'd had to make 20 of them or something, to be honest, I would not have participated. The reason I participated is because I didn't have to make very. When you start doing the make 20 of something, then it becomes a real chore. And I know the end of the year gets really, really busy for everybody. So, I think some people don't having another chore to do toward the end of the year, and some people it's just impossible. So yeah, either on Twitter or IG or somewhere, give some feedback whether or not you'd be interested in that. I'm getting some other colors out because I want to introduce a little bit of the darker blue to these dark. Since I put the dark blue in the background, I think it would be good to go ahead and introduce that back in. Devin's saying it would be fun. It was nice just to make one and then postage is easy. Yeah. See, that's what I'm thinking, is that that format was just really good. I didn't draw that down far enough. Just looking at the original to see where else I want to introduce some really, really dark. Don't want to put my hand on anything wet. Thanks, Michelle. It's coming, I'm liking it. Okay, that's the light green. This is dark in here. I want to get it far enough along that you guys can anticipate what it's kind of like when it's all done. You had 19 or 20. See, that's a good size, my opinion. It's not for the host, and it's a reasonable number of the people who are creating. So yeah, just give feedback. You can always write a message, a DM. I like that blue, so I don't really want to jack with that. Maybe I'll put it in here. This wasn't in my original, but I like balance, so. What was the talk of the hashtag? Hi, Mitz. Yeah, we're going to do some Zentangle prompts. I'll try and get them out this evening, because all I got to do is open up my book and flip to a page, and that's exactly how I'm going to do it. Is I'm going to take my Zentangle book out, I'm going to flip to a page, and if it's a pretty Zentangle that I feel like I want to draw, then I'm going to include it. And go out in search of some new ones that I haven't drawn before to add to my book. So we'll put the list up on Instagram probably this evening. I'm going to try my best. Okay, this is a dark background in here. Just checking. Hey, Norma. Hi, Tracy. Anybody I've missed coming in? All right, that green has pretty well dried. I'm going to go back and do some more of it. Now, different places on the page, so I've got to be careful again. Red. Having to translate this upside down for my drawing. Thanks, Norma. I don't know. I think watercolors is really fun. They're satisfying to me. More satisfying than probably anything I've done in a long, long time. I mean, I enjoy sitting down and drawing in graphite. That's my favorite. For whatever reason, this is just so satisfying to me. And I'm always amazed at the results because you can't go in with any kind of preconceived idea. So you just got to go with whatever happens. And I actually really like that, which is unusual because I'm admitting that I am a little bit of a control freak. So for me to admit that I like seeing things when you can't plan everything out. Well, just like an example I would give you is that zine. You know, the prototype, I had to sit down and draw the little ghosties and get them sized so that they would fit and that the cut happened in the right place. And that's kind of what I spent my life doing, was taking a piece of paper and cutting it up into spaces to make it usable for whatever it was, whether it was an envelope, an enclosure, a box, an envelope. I mean, just so everything I did was real precise. Able to write the instructions to get it to the printer, you know, the main office, so that they weren't having to call every 5 minutes to find out, well, how do you want this, or what do you want this? So I like doing stuff like that. Watercolor is the complete opposite of that. You almost have zero control when you're doing wet on wet. You just have to be able to go with it And for whatever reason, that's really, really satisfying to me. And there's the biggest, fattest hair right in that leaf. Oh my God, I want that out of there. It may be. You think I'm a control freak, Amy? It does give up not just a little bit of control. You have to give up a lot of control. Like, you just have to be okay with whatever happens. I've thrown a few of them away, where I just looked at them and thought, there's nothing good about that. I don't know anything about it. Blah, blah, blah. But most of them, I've found that if I just leave them sit for a few days and then go back to them, that I'm usually pretty darn happy with the end result, even though I had zero control over it. It just did what it did. So for me, yeah, watercolor's been a good thing. Just to go ahead and accept whatever's going to happen is going to happen. That is pink. All right, I got to turn this around and see what I'm working with here. And I hope this turns out, because I really would like to turn it into prints. Thanks, Jan. Hey, Kenny. You're looking all sugary and sweet today. Yeah. See, Norma, but you probably had to learn that when you were doing acrylics. Like, I can see the acrylic pours were probably where you just had to accept whatever happened. All right. Just looking here. I'll go ahead and do this green one. This in here is a combination of flower and background, so I'll finish this group because that stem is dry enough now. And maybe like if a real watercolor is listening right now and they're going, what do you mean you have no control? Maybe that's just my lack of experience, that I feel like control. Wait till you spill bean juice on your art. I'm usually pretty careful about that. Jen, I really am. True, but in the randomness of the acrylic, that you just kind of had to go with that. And they all, I mean, everyone I saw came out amazing. Like the end result, but it was never anything I had any real desire to do because the mess freaked me out. I watched Debbie Epps do it a lot. Debbie yesterday or Saturday, I can't remember which. I did see the notification, but I was in the middle of something and couldn't get over there. It was on this weekend. All right, and I'll use this blue, which I don't remember what color it was, but I know it's the same as that. Did I get out some of that? Not very dark. Too messy for this girl, for sure. All right, let's look where I'm at here. All right, that's pink. And that is also right. We'll do that one next. I'm going to let that dry just a little bit more. Work up here. This is dark, dark, dark pink. So I'm just going to might mix some red in that. All right, quiet in here. I'll save that little one for when they dry. Hi, Carla. Thanks for coming, you guys. All right, let's see where I'm at here. Some of the details I probably will have to wait and it's completely dry. I won't be able to go back in. Like these little background areas. Yeah, I can't. Do them while they're still wet. So I'll have to wait. Oops, almost dropped that. That's bad news. Like that up in there, that's all background that I'm just going to have to go back in and add later, but it's going to absolutely, completely dry. Thank you, Kenny. All right, these up here I can get done because they're just all little. I'm going to do the pink first, though. And I didn't set that down. I know that's wet, so I'm not setting anything on it. That's actually, well, I guess that is just a bigger bud. Those are leaves. This is a bud. All right, and we can do this last flower. Fine. Because it's all dry now. Yeah, I'll do that last. You out of here, Dee Dee? I'll talk to you later. Get that stuff to the mailbox so we all get it in the mail. Okay, we're going to let that one dry. Hi, Jane. Devin's out of here. See you, Devin. That's really, really pink. Okay. Thanks, Jane. It's getting fairly close to done, other than a lot of detail that's left. Just checking here. All right, this is all dry enough. I can get another leaf done down here. Less and less white all the time. When the white's all gone, that's, in my opinion, that's when it starts getting really fun. Oops, didn't need that much dark green. I did not do any work on it while I was waiting for the camera. No, it sat here the whole time, jetting to finish it, because I had told you guys that I won't work on it. I'd wait and finish it on stream. So I wanted to show the entire process from beginning to end, because yeah, I mean, this stuff takes a lot. Of course, other people probably could do it a lot faster than I do, but it takes longer than you think, you know? It doesn't happen just quickly. Like Dee Dee makes everything look like magic. Yeah, I don't have that magic ability yet. But someday I hope. You know, it wasn't really painful for me to wait. It wasn't. I just set it aside. And remember, it was during October, so I had Inktober to keep me busy. I probably wouldn't have worked on it, and I was streaming anyway, because I had so much other stuff to do. So yeah, it didn't bother me sitting here in a pile. So now you can start seeing some of the detail that was into it. That's still a little wet to be adding. All right. Let's get these up here done, and it's going to start looking way more finished. Sorry I get so quiet when I do this. I'd like to say, oh, I'm thinking. I'm not sure if I'm thinking or just, I don't know what I'm doing. Thanks, Carla. I appreciate you guys coming. Now that Halloween's over, we got to start figuring out Thanksgiving. I don't know if family's going to come. I don't know. We've got to figure it out. Because it'll be here before you know it. Like, the days fly by, you guys. I can't believe how fast time flies by. Seemed like October started. Okay, that around that is some darker leaves, so I'm going to leave that. The darker leaf. Before those dry, I'm going to go back and add some around the edges. Hopefully it hasn't dried too much. All right, chat got really quiet. I'm either boring the hell out of you or you're all working on something good too. Gotta go watch Lena's stream from yesterday. I saw she was on, but it was our dinner time. So I thought, I'll just have to wait and watch it later. That's dry enough. Sometimes I'm not sure if I should just go ahead and paint or if it's too wet, but I think that's dry enough now. Trying to sketch a wild rose. Well, that's a cool thing to be doing. I'm gonna say I have a book. I think it's 10 steps to drawing something or other. And there was a while in that. I like those like 10 steps. Breaks things down really easy so you can kind of see each of the steps. You're coloring horses in Epic World of Tolkien. Cool. Editing a video. Okay, so you guys are working awesome. I hate to think you're just sitting there waiting for me to say something or do something. How horrible would that be? Some of this, it's probably hard. Look at, see, I smeared in there. I did that a while ago. Wish I hadn't done that. Oh well. I'm going to try and pick it up here in a second. Let me get these last two buds in much the same color, and then I can see if I can fix that. But if I can't, it's not the... Dry embossing snowflakes. It's in the high 70s here. Oh, that sounds awesome, CB. My thermometer, well, it actually tells you what the temperature and pulse is. It's 60s here now. So it's warming up nicely today, but the last few days have been so cold. Well, really, in my book, it's probably perfect for Amy. I'm freezing my ass off. Hey CB, did you see that Carrie Ann got married? Carrie Ann and Bill got married? Because I haven't seen you around, so I don't know what you've heard or not. But yeah, they had their wedding. So that was fun, and then she got bit, her dog bit her. Not fun. But yeah, so Carrie Ann's had an exciting week. All right, I don't like that stem up there at all. So I'm going to go ahead and, well, I think I need some of the, I'm going to add some more paint here. You had snow squalls yesterday? Ah, see, I need to quit whining. Like, there are people in this world that have real issues. And I don't know, I probably shouldn't be surprised. I mean, here we are, November. That's when it starts getting cold. Yeah, you did see it? Okay, good. I wasn't sure if you'd seen it. So, yeah, I was happy for them. Um, so, yeah, I should quit whining because it's actually the time of the year when the cold weather's supposed to be here. But every bitch, in case you're wondering, every year I still bitch. I'm going to stay away from that. I need to learn my lesson and stay away from it while it's damp. What is a squall? A squall is a crazy snowstorm that comes out of nowhere and acts like a blizzard, right? You used to, when we were skiing, we commonly would call, come upon a flurry of snow, and that's what we called a squall. Really common in Colorado. Just a pop-up snowstorm, kind of. And they don't last long, and they usually don't dump a bunch of snow. See if Kathy's with my assessment of a squall. You can't really call it a snowstorm. That would... See how I was putting my hand there? That's the kind of dumbass stuff I do. It's hard for you guys to see, but if you could see up close, the I put down earlier are still apparent, even though I've gone over it. That's why it kind of appears. So it's not just one flat color. Flooding in parts of the UK, that's stinky. Our Gulf Coast has been especially hit hard this year with hurricanes. Man, Louisiana has just been hammered. I really feel sorry for those people. Like, they no sooner get over one storm than they're getting pounded with another one. It's been endless the last couple months. I feel so sorry for them. That reminds me, the other day when they were talking about down on the Gulf Coast, Louisiana, it made me think about Vicky BR. Is she? Because she's down in that area, isn't she? Haven't seen her around for a while. All right. I'm going to do wet on wet even though it's dry now. I'm going to add some more water. Baton Rouge, okay. Yeah, it's been endless. Near the, you know, I can't remember where Vicky BR lives, but she might be getting hammered every time she gets out of bed. Okay, there's a dark color. Can you guys BR Baton Rouge? Well, there you go, Julie. Hi, Barb. You're in Winnipeg. Yeah, that's just damn cold up there. That's weather I don't even want to know anything about. All right. I lived in Colorado for most of my life, so I thought I understood cold and snow, but yeah, we're a bunch of wimps compared to like Canadians know snow and cold. But I promise you, I don't miss. I don't miss the cold and the snow. And Robert and I are, I may see you, CB, actually. Robert and I, now that we don't have anything that's down, we're actually talking about maybe going down to South Padre for a couple weeks this winter. At least a couple weeks. We'll probably end up renting a condo for a month or something. I'm not sure what we're exactly going to do, but that's kind of our plan right now. And of course, if we do, we'll drive. And I would naturally stop and see my buddy CB. But yeah, I think we're actually going to maybe go down there. And I don't expect that most of the people that we knew when we went there regularly used to go to South Padre every winter. And we quit a few years ago. I'm not sure why. It was hard on the cats. We sold the trailer. We were going to buy a new one. We know one. And then I just felt like take it, because they were not traveling cats. They did not like in the car, and they were getting older. And the last time we went was when we put Rosie Bagosi to sleep. So I don't know. We just quit going. But yeah, now I'm thinking, yeah, it's time we break away, go do something fun. We still haven't gotten to Branson, but it's been weird this year because of COVID-19. Planning a trip is hard because you don't know what you're going to be able to do when you get there. So I don't know. We'll just wait and see. Let's see. Do I like that white flower? But yeah, I'm sure we're probably going to get out of here for at least part of the winter when it gets cold. So it'll probably be after Christmas. Up until Christmas, it's not too bad around here. But yeah, I'd say after that, we're going to be fair game, probably. Just leave home for a little while anyway. Not, and I'm gonna definitely not buy a trailer or anything like that. We'll just rent something. We'll see. I'm such a homebody. Not crazy about leaving home, but Robert gets a vote. That's funny, Barb. Yeah, Canadians are a whole different deal when it comes to cold. South Padre, we had a ton of friends from Ontario, and days that I thought was beach, yeah, they'd be running around in shorts, swimsuit tops. I'm like, are you guys crazy? I got a sweatshirt on. But you guys' idea of cold and my idea of cold is totally different things. Okay, I'm hoping you guys can start to see some depth here. It is all about perspective, isn't it? Pretty much like with anything. Okay, I'm starting to see some depth on this too now. What were those? Dark leaves. There's darker green. I wish I had a really, really pretty bluish green. Looks like I'm stuck in the house for a month from Thursday. We're going into total lockdown again. Oh my gosh. So hard on an economy. But I'm just gonna not talk about it. And who knows, yes, I'm sitting here talking like we'll be doing stuff. Who knows? I mean, there's still so much uncertainty. I think I want that dark. If I do anything other than that, it's going to look really weird, so. Okay. I like that better. Thanks, Barb. Yeah, we had hollyhocks when I was a kid as well. I used to make hollyhock dolls. I think I talked about that on a previous stream, but yeah. I really need a good dark green. I have got to get on and order something. Because the Hooker's green, it's dark, but it's not dark enough. Maybe I should just mix it with this Payne's Gray. And Hooker's green isn't dark enough. Sucks being me. I'll just darken it with Payne's Gray. Because I want these, I don't want them black, I want them dark, but after the paper absorbs it. And that's the thing about watercolor. If you don't, it always dries lighter than when it's wet. And so you think you've got the right shade or the right hue or whatever. Then when it dries, it's not at all what you thought you had, right? So I'm going to go in search of a really yummy dark green because I don't have one that I have with. And I don't really have any idea of what I'm getting myself for my birthday, but I can promise you I will be getting something. I don't know. I like hollyhocks when I was a kid. I could be wrong. Maybe my mother really went out and gotten out there and worked on them or something. But to me, they were kind of like weed. I think they reseeded themselves every year. They weren't a whole heck of a lot of work. Not like the iris. Now the iris were, in my opinion, just a pain in the butt because you had to go out and unclump them and like the iris would just seem to me like a constant pain. But the hollyhocks were just like weeds. They just came back and I went out and picked the flowers and all right. And I need to get the orange little dude there. But now I've got all the whites gone now, guys. So this is getting really, really close to time. Just do detail and oh, I got green in my yellow. Oh well, we're going with it anyway. That's what I get for not washing the brush out good enough. I'm going to end up with a dirty yellow. That's okay, because I'm going to add red to it, so it doesn't matter. You won't know. I would not recommend mixing your colors directly on your paper, but now it's getting tedious, so I'm not going to force you guys to sit and watch that because that can get pretty darn tedious. But I actually don't mind that even a little bit. Add a bit of orange, kind of yellow. It's going to dry very, very faint, but I think it'll look good when it's done. I'm good, hubby. Okay. This is a great green. Okay, I'm going to write it down and I will say happy birthday, me. Is it nice and dark, Kathy? I'm sure I don't have that in any of my sets, but I will order that bad boy today. All right, I want... This is tricky because that up there that's still white is still part of the background. Trying to make sure I don't put my hand down in wet paint because now I've forgotten where I painted. Little things like that, you know, you probably aren't going to notice them. But when I get the prints made, little things pop up, like things you didn't notice the first time around. How did I not see that? And I think partly it's because when I stream, obviously it's so different than when I sit here and play by myself. But one little thing on the print can look like a huge goof up. Dark grapefruits. Thank you, Kathy. I trust your recommendation completely. Like, I don't know if you guys can see. Let me hold it up. But these are the sorts of things around this flower. Let me wait until I can see it really good. I'm liking the colors on this really well so far. But let me see when I get it held up if it's going to focus, and you guys can't see it. Anyway, and when I held that up, the orange flower looks like orange. But around this flower, there's like a little edge of white. That will drive me cuckoo. And it seems like on the prints, when you get the prints made, those little things are huge. Where like if I'm sitting here right now looking at it, it's not bothering me. It doesn't really bother me. But I know on the print, huge, huge, huge. But I don't want that to look like an outline either. So I'll add the paint and then I'll just spread it out a little bit, but it won't look like a line around it. At least that's the goal. That's the little detail stuff that honestly I will not force on you guys, but that was bugging me. I had to fix it. Now you can see how sometimes my OCD, and I'm not truly OCD, you guys, just about certain things. And he's going to jump in right now and say, "You're not OCD. What the hell?" Okay. All right, let me look one last time. Well, probably not the last time, but right now. So you guys can totally different this is. I probably, here's the reference photo out of the book, and I do different portions. Like this side of my flower is down to about there, but then I like this side part of this flower, so I moved it up a little bit. I kept it, it's just not exactly the same. It's similar but not the same. I'm going to add some more of the dark leaves in the background. I might get out some gouache and add some white highlights. I don't know. And then I will, get out a stencil or something, do some stuff in the background to create more texture in the background. But so far, I'm really liking it. In here, I probably will add more dark. But yeah, so far, I'm liking it a lot. Thanks, Amy. I'm pretty happy with it. And at some point during the whole process, I sit back and look at the balance. Does it feel balanced? And I think with the stuff that I add in the background, I can balance it out. Like if I put the stencil up in here, right now I feel like this is just way heavy on the left. So I want to do something over here to kind of out. And I probably, well, because I knew I was going to be doing the background, you know, you don't know how it's going to come out, but I think I can go ahead and whittling over in this area. Hopefully balance it out a little bit. But I'm pretty happy with it, say, so far. I mean, I think there's still a lot I could do with detail, and there will, but I will be making prints of it, so I don't know if we'll be going back to Joplin again, because I am, believe it or not, stay kind of close to home, but I go out when we need to. But I won't make a special shot. And I actually was talking to Dee Dee the other day. When my printer, the reason my zine was so late getting to Dee Dee was my printer just quit printing yellow and red. And part of my problem is I don't use my printer enough. And I think that because I don't think it's really out of ink. It might be I'm going to order ink first and try that, but I don't really think it's out of ink. I think the print heads get clogged up, and I did try to do the wash the print head thing, blah blah blah. Anyway, I'm thinking about getting a laser printer. So any of you that have laser printers, what do you think about them? Because they're pricey, I know that, but they won't, the print heads jacked up, do they? That's the one thing I'm not sure. I don't think their print heads get jacked up like inkjets. And I don't want to go spending that kind of money if they're not going to last for a long time and give me what I want. But one of the things I like about the whole idea of a printer is, you know, it's you know, you can paint or anything. I had that problem one time too. It's universal with inkjet printers. It's universal. It happens. All right, here some people are telling me. You have a laser and you love it. You love your own. Okay, that may be all the recommendation I need, frankly. Cause yeah, I've fought this inkjet printer crap for how many years? 20 years? Not solid, but you know, off and on. And I'm thinking, why not just buy the laser and be the problem? And then does the powder, does it last a long time? I haven't looked at any of it, so I don't really know. I wouldn't add any gouache to it. It won't go with the watercolor. Oh, somebody asked about what the... Okay, the gouache is, in fact, opaque watercolor. And if I add gouache to it, the one I would use is white. I'm not going to add pink or any other color. I would add lighter colors. Dorothy's saying it won't go with the watercolor, but I wouldn't use the gouache 100%. I would water it down. But gouache is watercolor. It's a more opaque watercolor is all gouache is. Watercolor transparent, gouache is more opaque. That's the only difference, really. All right, let me see. I'm going to add some texture to the little doodads in here. One thing about water, you almost have to think backwards, like with acrylics. You can go back in and add your white at the end. And I do that with drawing, colored pencil, everything. I always do my at the end. Sorry, my head's in the thing. But with watercolor, you have to leave your whites, and that's why, you know, you use masking fluid or something like that, is you leave your whites or you lose them. You'll never get them back. So the only way you can add light back in after you're done with watercolor is with, have I considered an Echo tank printer? It's supposed to be great. Epson 27. Yes, it takes a long time. Okay. Yeah, my sister has an Epson she absolutely loves. And she's a photo printer. Like she print, I don't know if she does anymore like she used to, but she used print beautiful photos. But hers was a really, really pricey printer, and my feeling was I don't need it like that. But then when I have problems with the ones I have, I'm like, okay, I'm about ready to make my life problem free. Know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Wanted a laser printer for like ever. So maybe it's just time. I don't know, I'll shop around. It's probably, oh, I've got to do something with that up there. That is so not good. The ink is so much cheaper than laser. Well, but see, Lane, I think that's a myth, quite frankly, that the ink is so much cheaper, because the ink is not. Printer ink is the most expensive fluid that we consume, which includes gasoline and milk. Milk is right up there. But when you look, I saw a thing one time and it stuck in my head that printer ink is, quite frankly, the most expensive fluid that we consume. If I buy the inkjet, even though I don't use it very often, if I buy it once and it lasts for a long, long time and I'm not having printer heads all clogged up, I don't know. Hang on, checking my phone again. Oh, Amy's husband, Pelican. I wish you could see some of the stuff that he texts me. Oh my God, the man is a freaking nut. All right. Well, I'm just sitting here thinking, do I want to print some of that dark stuff? It'll look really different. Get this black, the dark into the background, I think. Costco had them on sale for about $2.40 and 2 years of free ink. Okay, that's good to know, CB. Hi, Galena. You like it? Cool, cool, cool. At this point, it's just more shapes, just the difference of lights and darks, I think. But I don't want to cover up that in there because I love that. I don't know. I'll shop and decide. A cheapskate. Yeah, I'll be shocked if I do, but we'll see. I know I get frustrated, like when I need a printer and I want a printer and it works. I'm pissed. I'm pissed off. So yeah. I am not patient with crap that doesn't work like it's supposed to. That's the truth. If I get in a car and it doesn't start, I want a new car. I don't want a piece of crap that wouldn't start. I want a new car. So now you know what I'm like with stuff that doesn't work. Throw the piece of crap car away and get something that works. Just for dark, I'm gonna get some Payne's Gray out again. Which one is it? There it is. So I've been on almost 3 hours now, and you guys idea of what it's gonna be like. Let me add some blue to that. This has been perfect, and I like it. And the only thing I'll probably do now is much what I'm doing now is just adding a little bit of background, interest and texture. I'll do some little bit of detail to the flowers, but this is essentially what it's like when it's all said and done. Thank you, Elaine. See, I almost forgot I just painted that and was going to put my hand right in it. Right in it. And then I'll be on again with Dee Dee on Thursday. And again, if any of you feel like you want to come on with us, well, Devin already left. I was going to say, Devin, if you ever have a day, be there. That would be fun. But yeah, don't be bashful, you guys. Just say, I'd like to come hang out with you guys. Thank you, Carla. Jane, I'll put it on this one, but I do a PayPal tip jar. And I don't put it on all my videos. I need to start. I'm pretty lax. Like, he yells at me all the time. You need to do this. You need to do that. I need to go take a nap. You know. But yeah, I do have a jar. I will go ahead and make sure that it's on this video. I need to make sure that it's on all the videos. I really don't do this for the money, you guys. I do it because I like hanging with you guys. And I have never put a super chat on my channel. I don't want it ever to feel like you have to do anything, because you really don't. As a choice, because I enjoy it. See, now after I get going on like this part of the drawing, I could just do this for the rest of the day. Yeah, so I like hanging with you guys. You guys are. I mean, and sometimes I have to stop and remember how fortunate we are that we have such a group as this online, and especially with the COVID, when people can't go out and be with people in real life, that we've got some great community online that pretty much any time of the day you can find somebody streaming. We're talking about something that we all have in common. Try and keep it, you know, like drama free. If you want drama, go over to Twitter or Facebook anymore. I mean, I've gotten where I absolutely freaking despise Facebook. That we're really fortunate to have each other. So be grateful for that, because I know I am. That most days, if I need to just hang out with some friends, y'all are going to be here somewhere. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the time you give to the streamers and the streamers who give their time to you. So we're very fortunate. So with that, what I will say is I love you guys, and I appreciate you more than you ever know. Next week at this time, the world should be back, at least in the U.S., I'm hoping. And we can all go on and have some really nice holidays coming up. That's what I wish for all of us. You're one of my brats, you are, Lady Jan. You are an awesome brat. Oh, you said bats. No, I knew what you were saying. I'm just being a butthead. So, you guys have fun. Be grateful. Be kind. And I'll see you Thursday over at Dee Dee's. Thank you. Later, guys.